Everybody will be getting started in just a moment. I'm going to wait for everybody to come on in, and at approximately 9:05, I will begin the presentation for tonight's webinar. If you have any questions you want to ask me, you can send them directly through beta.webtalk.co, or you can ask them in the polls or in the comments here, and we will allow some of those questions to get through at the end of the presentation today. So again, beta.webtalk.co, there's quite a few things that you can do for us because we're going to use some of the data from that tonight for tonight's presentation. So there's 4 things on there. There's one is being able to ask questions for the Ask Me Anything, the AMA. The second is giving feedback about Webtalk. What of our business models do you like the most and that are important to you? And also asking, what features do you like? What features do you don't like? There's also a way to vote on upcoming new products and services that we plan to launch. So if you want to go to beta.webtalk.co, you can vote on those and we'll prioritize based on your feedback. Another big thing that we're doing right now is we are getting the data to support whether or not it's going to be feasible to do a crowdfunding campaign that allows our users to actually become owners of Webtalk. And what this means is it's not just reserved for big investors right now. Obviously, you're going to come and find out tonight that we've had over 25 million in total raised from investors, 6.5 million in cash. The rest was actually in kind, trading equity for services. So software development, legal, accounting, things of that nature. So we've been very open with the ownership of the company, allowing even our partners to own a piece, and actually a big piece because a lot of that has gone to our partners. So we're really big about community, as you can tell from how our platform is built. And we'll talk all about that when, in a few moments, we're going to begin. Again, at about 9:05, we're going to start the presentation. Until then, if you can fill out the survey on beta.webtalk.co, answer all the questions that are there, it would be greatly helpful for us and useful for our development. If you're new to Webtalk, welcome and thank you for joining. And if you've been a beta user for quite a while now, since the beginning of our beta, we definitely appreciate your support and we're glad to have you here. You're going to find out tonight our vision is much grander than you probably could even imagine for a company. And we've spent years and millions of dollars trying to realize this vision, and we're very proud of it. So again, thank you all for coming on tonight. As we come in here, I'm actually going to put in the chat real quick so everybody is aware. I'm writing, please visit beta.webtalk.co to help us with responses. Okay. All right, so I put it in the chat. Please visit beta.webtalk.co to help us grow. Right, so everything that we're doing in our beta, and I'm gonna talk about this actually real quick since we got some time. We'll give you some backstory. We got a couple of minutes before we get started. If you look at Steve Jobs, that's one of the guys that I actually look up to the most. Steve Jobs did an amazing job building technology, but what he did more and a better job at was selling experience. And he was really, really good with product launches. They had to have put hundreds of millions of dollars into the launch of the iPhone. The iPhone was and still is a spectacular product. And now there's competition that probably has better hardware, but not as better of a encapsulated experience. But when they launched the iPhone, before they even announced it, the iPhone had become not just a hardware device with innovative features like the touchscreen, but they built consolidated software solutions to have an all-in-one tool for your phone, for your camera, for your media storage. But most importantly, they built an app store that allowed developers and entrepreneurs to build companies on the device and monetize the Apple audience and grow the business through an iPhone. And it was revolutionary. It drove people by the masses to build in. But the important thing is, before they even announced the iPhone, they had over 500,000 apps in the App Store. So to think about this, they built an innovative piece of hardware. They built several innovative pieces of software, including their own operating system. And they built an entire app store to do transactions and brought in 500,000 app developers. And they did all this before even launching the iPhone. So it was pretty revolutionary at the time. Mass consolidation, mass innovation, mass collaboration. And they did this behind the scenes for years to build this product. And when it launched, it was the biggest thing the world had ever seen. It was the biggest technology that the world had ever seen. So we're taking a very similar approach where, unfortunately, we don't have Apple's budget starting off. So the only way that we can do what they did is through an invite-only beta, and we keep it closed and we test products. We're building our mass consolidation. We're doing mass innovation on software technologies, from your all-in-one networking experience, personal professional networks, to our innovative rewards platform, to giving users back control of all your data, and our Web 3.0 technologies that we've been developing. So we've got a lot in the works as a community that is really geared towards putting people first. And you'll learn more about that again tonight. So actually, it's 9:06. Let me go ahead and start the presentation. So Webtalk first is let me jump over here. Is an all-in-one networking super app that pays users for usage. Now, Webtalk is the future of the networking. Future of networking built to power the new digital economy with more than 1.2 million members across 120 countries. Sorry, it's really storming here in Florida. I don't know if you can hear the thunder in the background, but and probably my dog too, barking like crazy at the thunder. Anyway, but and thank you all again for being on. I know it's probably late or early, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you for being on here live. And this webinar will be recorded. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to play a quick video for you and wait for a few more people to join in while this video is playing. All right. So that was our video, which you can actually see live. Oh, did not mean to play that again. Let me go ahead and close this out. I got too many windows open. All right. So, weird. There we go. All right. So I want to introduce myself real quick. I am RJ Garbowitz. I am the founder and CEO of Webtalk, along with 4 other of my co-founders are listed here. You can visit our profiles as seen below, webtalk.co/Andrew.Pare for Andrew, our CTO. Andrew comes to us from American Express. He was the former vice president of technology at American Express, and he is the one helping us power our rewards fintech. Bassett Hussein has got his PhD in data science. He's also one of our co-founders, and he has built fintech for Vanguard and many of the Fortune 1000 companies. Roberto Guerrero recently was promoted to our VP of Operations and also co-founder of the company, one of our earliest investors in the company who joined the ranks. And Jeff Catherell is one of our executive directors on the board who helps with administration of all things Webtalk. So these are the guys behind the scenes making it all happen. We're happy to announce we recently took an investment from Cardone Ventures, and Cardone Ventures is owned by none other than Grant Cardone, undercover billionaire, social media business influencer. So we're really excited about this partnership with them. Paul Woodcock, the founder of eHealthcare.com, which was acquired by Health Access. Wes Hobbs, the founder of Blue Ocean Software, which was acquired by Intuit. And 50 other investors who have combined invested over 25 million to develop Webtalk. So we have a huge number of people behind the scenes working to make this happen right now. And we're doing it all without conventional institutional financing. We're doing it because of the support through you guys, which has been amazing. So we've done a little over $1 million in revenue since the start of our beta, and more than 60% of that has actually gone back to our users. We were paying out 100% of our ad revenue at the initial stages just because, I want to talk about this here in a minute, we've been reselling ads for Google AdSense, which has had its challenges. So we'll discuss that and our solution to those challenges in the coming slides. So our mission, why was Webtalk started? Well, our mission is to connect the world to trusted professionals and give the world control over their online relationships to make them more successful. Now, this may be one single sentence, but to us, what this means is, imagine a world where you can go to one location and look up people and businesses and know that the data has been vetted, it's verified, it's trusted, people in your network have recommended it, and you can use it for all aspects of your life. You can use it for meeting new people personally, for meeting new people professionally, for hiring, for business development, you name it. Right? So we thought to ourselves, if we can create a trusted digital economy, how much faster could the world evolve? How much more success can people create because of this? And that's really the underlying vision of the company. Now, the vision behind that is, in order for this to be successful, we have to organize and validate the world's information surrounding people and businesses to create a safer, more prosperous, and more trusted digital economy. And this is why we say Webtalk was built to power the new digital economy, because we want to be the hub that people go to, not just to find and manage and grow relationships, but also to use those relationships to conduct transactions. So that's where our end game is. Now, the problems that we're solving, online networking was highly fragmented until now. So we offer mass consolidation, personal networking, professional networking, a channeled newsfeed. So what does that mean, a channeled newsfeed? Well, you can switch between your personal network and your professional network in your newsfeed. You can switch between the custom groups through the contact management tool that's already integrated. So you can toggle between your colleagues or your vendors or your investors or your friends or your family. And it's all built in through the integrated and seamless contact management solution built into the platform. We also have a universal profile, which is really, really cool. You can use it for obviously personal use. So you can showcase family photos, nights out with your friends, your typical stuff, that content you would find on other social media platforms, or you can build out your virtual CV and even a portfolio in the photo gallery so you can showcase your talent and your work and your work history and use that to grow your network inside of our community. One of the really innovative features on profile is the fact that you get two avatars. You get a public avatar, so you can use that kind of as your professional avatar, and you get a personal avatar, which only people that you've added to your personal network can see. And if somebody has access to both networks, personal and professional, your avatar rotates so they can see both. And you can do some cool stuff with animation when those two images if you want to. We also offer social syndication, which means when you post a Webtalk, you have the option to syndicate that content across other social networks. So that's going to continue to grow. We're going to offer more and more options as Webtalk matures, especially with video. So once we launch native video, we're going to start integrating syndication channels for YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and many more. So we're working on a lot of different innovative technologies to help really save our members time and money and provide a tool that can be a one-stop shop where you can come here and you can literally do all of your networking needs for here and for other networking platforms. We built our own private messaging chat app, and it recently got a major upgrade. So now we have pop-up windows on web, very similar to what you'd find on Facebook and LinkedIn. And we're soon to launch many new features inside of chat, so including group chat and media sharing and many more features. User search. So within user search, you can find anybody. You can look for them through either their name or company or industry or job title. You can search for anybody based on that criteria. You can also go discover a search engine and look for people with similar interests. So people that are sharing things based on a particular topic or trend, you can go into discover and check that out. We also have recommendation engines, and we're getting ready to launch several more. And the recommendation engines will help keep our discover content and newsfeed content and people you may know content fresh. So that way you're always getting new suggestions for content that you haven't seen. So these are the things that are in final stages of development, which you'll find out soon. We're also working on our new groups platform, our new pages for business platform, and our virtual and physical event manager called Event Wave. And we'll talk about that later. One of the other problems that we're solving is that social media is not paying you for your usage of their platforms. They are generating right now, Facebook generates over $5 billion per month just in advertising revenue alone. On average, that's about $3 per user per month in advertising revenue. Now, $3 a month may not be a whole lot, and it may be not worth it for them to share that revenue back with the user, because that also varies. In developing worlds, it's less than $3, and in developed worlds, it's more than $3, but that's the average. So it may not be worth it for them to share it because there's not going to be a whole lot of money, and there might be a lot of overhead in that logistics, which there is. So one of the things that we came up with is an innovative way that amount of $3 could actually grow to something massively substantial. And that's by the invitation of many users. Now, many users can be acquired in multiple ways. One of the ways is just directly referring them. The other is a multi-level commission plan, and we'll talk about that. So we decided to offer that as a bonus to make it extremely attractive to our users to be able to come in and generate a substantial amount of income from becoming members and using our platform and inviting everybody you know. So you get paid 10% of ad revenue share to post news, read posts, and view profiles. How it works is we build it on a point system. Those points are generated based on the amount of ad revenue that's being generated from the content that you're viewing. So we also pay 10% of the ad revenue share when your referrals to Webtalk post news, read news, and view profiles, and when they make purchases. So if they make purchases, you're going to get recurring commissions on subscriptions and also transaction fees once we launch our marketplaces. So these are very, very important, and we'll talk about this more here in a little bit. Up until now, social networks have censored and monopolized your data until now. So Webtalk offers data ownership. You have complete access to your data. You have control over your relationship capital, so you can filter your news, filter your contacts, dive in, organize them, label them with keywords. You have full control over your network and your social capital, which was really important to us, that the data that you're uploading to us is easily accessible to you as it is to us. And that way you have ways to organize it, manage it, and use it for growing your relationships. We also wanted to offer censorship that makes sense. So free speech with a professional tone, allowing all political and religious views. We're not censoring data for our own political agenda or our own religious views. That's not what we do. We're here to create a community that gives the world a voice, as long as that voice is adherence with common respect and dignity with the other users in the platform. And that's all we ask, is that you treat everybody with respect, and everybody should respect each other's opinions and views. And that's how we went about building Webtalk. We also have our Web 3.0 ID that's in development. And what is a Web 3.0 ID? Well, it is a blockchain-based digital ID that you'll be able to attach to online wallets. So your credentials, your ID verification, which we'll talk about in the next step, all of these things can be attached to basically a virtual ID identification card. That's going to be your Webtalk ID card. And we'll talk about that here in a second. So as of right now, there's no way to filter out fake users and data in social networks. It's a big problem. That's why Elon Musk is having a problem buying into Twitter, because he can't validate that these accounts are real people and not bots and not, you know, people creating multiple accounts as fake users. LinkedIn's got a big problem with a lot of the data on resumes being falsified or embellished. So there's a lot of bad data in LinkedIn, and they have no way to verify that. And employers have no way to verify that data until they do their own background checks. So for us, we're going the extra mile. We're planning to do identification verification, work history verification, education verification, and reference. And this entire process will actually be gamified and rewarded. So when you do these things, not only will you earn these badges, but you'll be ranked higher in every single engine that we offer. Our internal search, our recommendation engines, our people you may know. So all of our verified users, as you earn these badges, you'll be moved up to the top of all the searches to help you gain more exposure in our community. And that's because we want more people to get verified to help us create this trusted community that people can lean on for doing business online and meeting people online. So Webtalk is not just another social network. It is a movement to give the world back control of your data, your time, relationships, voice, and financial futures. People before profit is the mantra we live by, which is why we are giving up to 60% of revenue back to our users and donating 10% of all profits to charity, and providing a host of technologies to help improve the quality of your lives. So this is what's most important to everybody working at Webtalk. We want to give back control to the world and share our success with everybody. We want to be able to create a company that truly is for the people, by the people, which is why we're asking for your support with growing us in our community, because you'll share in our revenue as we grow Webtalk. So for years and years and years, Facebook is about 20 plus years old. LinkedIn is almost this old. These companies are generating billions and billions of dollars every month. And that is the potential Webtalk has as we continue to grow. So we want to actually award our earliest adopters, and we'll talk about that here in a second. So our revenue models are almost identical to LinkedIn with a few extras. So right now we are actually testing advertising by reselling ads through Google AdSense. Unfortunately, Google AdSense is not a viable long-term solution for ad revenue because they don't pay nearly as much. They're basically a middleman and taking a huge cut. So we're in the process right now of replacing all Google AdSense ads with our own self-service ad platform. But this also is going to change a little bit in our commission structure, because we're actually going to pay our users for 10% of the advertising budgets for any user you invite who actually starts purchasing ads in our platform. So if they set a $100 a month budget to run ads, or they set a $1,000 a month budget, or a $10,000 a month budget, or $1 million a month budget, it doesn't matter. If you invited them, you'll get 10% of that every single month just for referring them to the platform and becoming a customer of our advertising platform. Subscriptions. So we took subscriptions found from YouTube and LinkedIn, the premium features that they're already charging for, and we started implementing them as our pro subscriptions in Webtalk. So on YouTube, you can remove ads from all the content by becoming a YouTube pro subscriber. And then you have also pro subscriptions inside of LinkedIn. And LinkedIn offers the ability, just like Webtalk does, to message non-connections, see the people who read your profile, advanced search features. But we have a couple of innovative features of our own called Spotlight Posts, which actually will send a push notification to every single person that's following you when you turn Spotlight on, and it will let them know that you have a new post. So that is a paid feature built into our platform. And we have a couple other innovative pro features that no one else has. We also are building a new Rewards Plus subscription. So we've had a lot of demand from our affiliates, rewards members that have enrolled, that have asked for more ways to get paid, all these different payout options, more data options. So we're actually going to be building those, but we're going to be building them as part of a new Rewards Plus subscription. And that subscription will start at just $50 a month. And you'll have the option to get it for free by just simply referring 3 Rewards Plus customers. So you refer 3, get yours free. So that'll give you that opportunity real quick to get a rebate on your $50 a month Rewards Pro subscription. We also have talent solutions in the works. So everything we talked about with helping you grow your careers and finding work and finding people to grow your online businesses, background checks, all those things are all in the works as well. So from jobs boards to a talent marketplace where you can sell your time and services online directly through our platform. So kind of like a Upwork or a Gigster, and then background checks. So background checks is going to be a service that helps you get verified, but it will have a cost to go through some of the stages of verification, or you can gamify and you can pay for it by simply watching ads and completing surveys to cover the cost of the background check. So there's quite a bit that's going to happen with the launch of background checks. Okay, so the early bird income opportunity. Now, this is the thing that everybody's very interested in, and the reason why they've joined is because that 30 cents a month, the 10% of $3 in advertising revenue, so it comes to 30 cents. Now, that 30 cents isn't a whole lot. So if you are the average everyday person, you can probably invite, 5, 10, 20 people to join Webtalk for free, and then possibly make 30 cents at scale from each one of those people per month. So inviting 10 people, you might make $3 a month, or $3 to $5 a month from the amount of people that you can personally invite. So for the everyday person, it's not a whole lot of money. It's not life-changing. So we decided to do something unique. We decided to build this early bird income opportunity that offers the same 10% advertising revenue share for life through 5 levels of referral. So as you invite people and they invite people and they invite people and they invite people through 5 degrees of separation, you'll earn that 10%. So that is actually 50% of all of our revenue will get paid out through those 5 levels of referrals. Now, the tiered bonus structure, it is a tiered bonus structure. The earliest bonus earners will have the greatest income opportunity. So if you go into your rewards dashboard, so if you go to rewards.webtalk.co, and I'll actually talk about show you the calculators here as well, but you can sign in and then, oops, actually I'm signed out of Webtalk, so I need to So the 5-level bonus will actually break out for you. And you can see here, if you're a tier A affiliate or tier B, so this is the current bonus available. So far 1,000 of these bonuses have been awarded, which means we're a little over 1,000. So there's just a little under 9,000 of these bonuses left for tier B. So tier B includes all current and future reward incentives. So everything that we are currently selling, so subscriptions and ads, that's included, and anything else that we launch in the future. So all of our marketplace, our travel, everything else, you'll be able to earn 10% commissions on all that through 5 levels if you earn the tier B bonus. Tier C does not include anything future, but does include everything that we offer now, advertising and subscriptions. So which will include any new subscriptions that we offer in the future. There's not anything outside of that. So travel, marketplace, all those things will not be included with the Tier C bonus. However, those things will be included with your direct referrals, just not through 5 levels. So levels 2 through 5 will not receive those 10% commissions. And then the growth adopter. So the back 1 million people. So this is the first 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and then million. So we're on Tier B right now. Tier C is where, just all the current reward incentives. And then Tier D is the 5 low monthly bonus and just advertising. So you'll get whatever the advertising per user is through 5 levels with the Tier D bonus. So, and then once this is all done and we've maxed out all of these, then it turns over to a standardized 1-level program for everybody else. So it's only the first basically 1.1 million people who qualify for the bonus that will be grandfathered in to this early bird, bonus award, and then everybody else gets a 1-level commission plan. So this is our way of saying, let's give back to our earliest adopters. We're helping to test our community, grow our community, share feedback with us, share content to other users, like help us grow our community. And you have the biggest earning opportunity out there. Now, how to earn these bonuses? Now let's go back to the presentation. So again, these are all the revenue sharing items: advertising revenue, residual commissions on subscription purchases, talent solutions, marketplace, and travel. These are all things that are either live now or in the works. We did partner with Priceline a couple of years ago, right before COVID. We're coming back to that now with the integration of their technologies. So we're going to be reselling travel through Priceline as an exclusive partner. So the 5-level bonus earning potential. Now I'm going to actually jump over to the calculator, but I did want to just cover some generalized examples here so you can see the big difference. Now, this example factors subscriptions of 10% conversion. So if 1 out of every 10 people you invite through 5 levels becomes a pro customer and upgrades for $20 a month or $200 a year to get all of our premium features and remove ads, all the great things that we offer for our premium users. But this example only factors in 1 out of 10 of people inviting doing that. So 10%. Based on that 10%, we used the potential for advertising revenue as this grows. So again, it's going to be lower now because we're using Google AdSense, but once we launch the self-service ad platform, it'll actually be significantly higher because the difference between revenue is Google pays us about 17 cents per CPM, or Facebook right now currently is generating about $17 per CPM. So it's 100 times increase in the revenue per user by just selling advertising directly and cutting out the middleman. So we're in the process of doing that right now. So as you grow the network, we expect advertising revenue per user to continue to scale, especially now that we're launching more features and services that are going to create much larger engagement, like native video is getting ready to launch. We're working on groups, group chat, pages for business. All of these things will really help increase engagement and content, which the content will then increase engagement and drive up advertising revenue. So as a simplistic example, if the subscription is $20 a month and you're earning 10%, you earn residual commissions of $2 a month per every referral. Now, if you've earned the 5-level bonus, that will pay out $2 a month through every pro customer referral through 5 levels. Now, that is the biggest earner right now. Today, that we have members that are making tens of thousands of dollars just from our pro subscriptions and referring people that went pro on our platform. And they're doing that because advertising revenue hasn't caught up yet, but it will. I mean, we're continuing to improve our ad tech. We're building it right now. We're optimizing ads inside of mobile. For a little while after launching the beta versions of our mobile apps, we didn't have any ads at all. So now we're adding advertising into those platforms. We're optimizing ads. So little by little, we're building monetization out and growing the community. But the biggest earning opportunity right now and the biggest help for us is our pro subscriptions. So, and I'll talk about that actually in the next slide. Everything we talked about with roadmap and go-to-market. Version 1.0, we still need to offer native video, which is actually going to be powered by Rumble. So we did a partnership with Rumble to power our back end, and that's one of our first integration partners. So you'll be able to syndicate to Rumble right away. If you want to post video on Webtalk, it can go to Rumble. That'll be our first syndication partner. SMS onboarding and two-factor authentication. So text message verification is actually really expensive, especially outside of the United States. So that's one of the things that we left for last was the SMS onboarding and two-factor authentication. With 2FA, it will have text message. There's an option to send you a security code, but outside of the United States, the only thing we're going to offer is integration with authentication apps, such as Google authentication app that can send you a code. So we are going to be integrating 2FA. Because of all the money that's being moved in our system, we want to get that launched before the official launch, just to provide additional security. One of the questions that was actually asked recently in the beta questions was, what are we doing about security of our platform? Well, we have a robust security infrastructure from hardware to software with multiple firewalls, and now we're getting ready to launch two-factor authentication built into that. So we're going to have multiple redundancy checkpoints, and 2FA is mostly for user issues where you're not using secure enough passwords. But we're going to continue building on security. That is a very important thing to us, obviously, because if we're going to make a lot of money and share it with our users, we want to make sure that you keep your money, because it's going to be in your digital bank, your digital wallets with us until you send it out. Right. And then our recommendation engine. So we're launching several new recommendation engines before the official launch to help, perk up the quality of the content that when you first join, we want to provide you suggested list of top users to follow, show you, popular content that's trending in the platform. So we're doing a lot of these things, and we're actually going to take and add an extra step in, allowing users to give us their interests. So you can select topics of interest, and then we can really segment content based on your actual interests. So these are the things that we're building right now. So we built all the, think of it as all the underlining technologies to make the platform work now. And now we're customizing these technologies to be able to adapt to individual usage. So that's kind of the last step, that and security and integrating all of the last kind of most expensive features and services that we waited until the end to integrate and test, which we're doing right now. And then finally, we have GDPR compliance check and our enterprise reward subscription. So we will get enterprise rewards out before the official launch. Once all of these are live, then the next big thing for us to do is to do a shock and awe PR and press campaign to announce the launch. As long as all of the checks come out and everything looks good and we're seeing the traction that we want to see, then we can really start to push the platform to market. For version 2, we're really going to focus on increased monetization and market expansion. So we're going to focus on group chat, our groups platform, pages for business, self-service ad platform. Mind you, pages for business has to come before the ad platform because it's going to onboard businesses, and those businesses will have the opportunity to advertise their content and run ad campaigns. Talent solutions, again, businesses have to come first because businesses will be able to have talent solutions integrated into the platform. Our events platform, EventWave, and multilingual conversions. So it is on a roadmap for version 2.0 and to start integrating Spanish and French along with several other languages across all platforms. So it's going to be a big challenge because we're going to be trying to work multiple things at one time, like launching new services. So you'll just have to be patient and figure out when we are able to do that, because I know that's probably one of the most asked questions in our help desk is, can we launch in multiple languages or a different language? So again, we're iterating. The official 1.0 launch campaign will be at the completion of phase 1 and after the company has scaled up infrastructure to support growth. So to scale millions of users, there is a cost. There's a cost of data hosting and bandwidth that we have to pay. So if revenue is not offsetting that, we need to bring in venture capital, which is one of the things that we've been looking at, is talking to venture capitalists and also crowdfunding. And I'll talk about that here in a second to cover the cost of scale for us to be able to open up. Let's see. So Webtalk crowdfunding. the revenue that we generate from advertising to subscriptions, after paying out our rewards, up to 60% of our revenue back to our users, all the remaining revenue is invested into new technologies for you to use and enjoy. So everything that you see in Webtalk costs millions and millions of dollars to develop, to bring to you. And you're using it free of charge if you're a free user of the platform. So every purchase that you make helps increase the value of the company, and also it assures that we have the funds to sustain operations and help us scale. So every dollar counts. Every pro customer is extremely valuable to us and helping us grow our community and support our mission and our vision to help the world create more success. Daily usage helps increase the advertising revenue. So even though it's low with Google, it still helps to not only provide more rewards to the users, but also to fund the company for further growth. So that is part of our crowdfunding. The more you use Webtalk, the more it helps us grow. I mean, that's just the bottom line. It shows the data that investors want to see. It shows the revenue that you guys want to see, that we want to see. And it only gives us room to grow from there. It allows us to add more opportunities for implementing ads without corrupting the user experience. Obviously, we don't want to, put in too many ads to make it to where, you're not enjoying your experience when you're in the platform. So it has to be a streamlined ad solution. And the only way we can really do that is through our own self-service ad platform, which does take another investment into tech, infrastructure support. So we have to do all that, and we're working on it currently. We're also looking into the opportunity for all of our users to become investors in Webtalk. And that would be done through an equity crowdfunding campaign where you can buy stock in Webtalk for as little as $500 through an online crowdfunding platform. You'd be able to join the ranks of our other top investors. There'd be obviously huge upside potential because Facebook is worth $500 billion. TikTok's right around there, about $500 billion. WeChat's around $500 billion. LinkedIn is probably there, but they're owned by Microsoft now, so there's no way to really nail down a valuation on LinkedIn. But all these companies are worth hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars because you've given them your data and they're using that data to make money. Right. So we want to be able to build a community where everybody benefits. And I think this is the perfect synergy to do it. So if you are interested in potentially investing in Webtalk, we need to know. We're doing a survey right now on beta.webtalk.co. All you got to do is go and say whether you're interested or not. And if you are interested, how much would you like to invest? And we're going to take this data and bring it back to our board of directors and our investors and say, our users have spoken, they want to invest, and there's enough commitments here that it makes sense for us to consider a crowdfunding campaign in the near future. So please help us by going to beta.webtalk.co and give us your feedback on there. So please join the Webtalk movement and help create financial freedom for you and your family. There is no limit to the number of people you can invite. So enroll now, go pro, and invite everyone you know before they invite you. And that's true. So you want to make sure that you are building your downline right now as an early adopter, because the money is going to come as we continue to increase revenue streams. And you want to have as many people in your referral network as you possibly can accumulate. And that's going to be the sure way to increase your payouts over time, increase your rewards over time. So there is no cap on the amount of people you want to invite. And before I close out and go to questioning, I'm going to actually show you the calculators if you go to rewards.webtalk.co. So if you go to rewards.webtalk.co, this first calculator can show you if you don't invite anybody, you're just a content creator sharing content with your followers on Webtalk. This shows you how much you can make just as a content creator. So if you type North America, and you can choose whatever region you are, I put an average ad value. If you have on average 1,000 content impressions per month, you can make approximately $16 a year. Now that's $16 a year more than Facebook and LinkedIn are paying you. So you're not going to get wealthy off of this, but it's still $16 more than what our competitors are paying you. So that's just really, really important to remember, that this is without inviting anybody. Just as a regular content creator, you can make money. Like I said, it's not going to be something you can quit your job with, but it is a kickback that's a better incentive than our competitors. Now, if you continue to get millions and millions of views within our platform as an influencer, top content creator, that's when you can start to see your annual earnings increase. So here, if you're averaging 35 million views a month on your content, you'll make about $500,000 for the year, just from sharing content in our platform. And that's how this works. Again, this is using Google AdSense revenue numbers. So this will only increase once we cut out Google AdSense and we have our own self-service ad platform. So these are actually low. If you've got 35 million views once we launch our new ad platform, it'll probably be 10 to 100 times this number, honestly, once we launch the self-service ad platform. So there's tremendous opportunity for our content creators to make money in this platform. When you jump over to referral rewards, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You scroll down here, it shows you how you're going to make money. You also get $5 sign-on bonus for every person that you do refer to the platform once they get their first payout. But here you can play with the calculator. Let's say you can invite a small number of people, 325, that's too high. Let me go. That's weird. This used to be smaller increments. Well, let's do 325 as a referrals. So if we do monthly ad revenue, let's say monthly ad revenue is only $1, right? And you get 10%. So it's not $3, we do $1. Monthly subscription revenue, average per member, this is $2. So we can actually bring this down. Let's actually be ultra conservative. Let's make all of these like 20 cents. Just so that way you can play with it on your own accord. We'll make everything 20 cents. So inviting 325 members and you're making 60 cents a member per month. So this is super, super conservative. And this is $20 based on $195 a month in revenue. So again, you have to invite a lot of people to make a small amount of money with small numbers, but as the advertising revenue increases, you can quickly see that starts changing. As more and more people upgrade to Pro, you can see that starts changing. As we launch more and more revenue streams, you can see that starts changing. So you can see from the calculators that changes, but the more people you invite, that starts changing. I know why the number is small here or larger here. It's because it's small on the bonus rewards. So on bonus rewards, you can see in this calculator the earning opportunity with the 5-level bonus. So here you can say, okay, I'm going to invite 16 people and they're going to invite 3 each, right? Very quickly, if your ad revenue is $1, subscription revenue is $2, monthly average revenue, additional revenue is $1. At $4 per month, you're looking at about $774 a month. Real quick, if you invite 16 people and each of those 16 invite 3, and they invite 3, and they invite 3, and they invite 3, all the way through 5 levels. Now, as you can see, the more that they invite for free, and again, these are modest. If we're not doing $3 a month, we're doing $1 a month in total ad revenue. So it's a third of Facebook. But you can play with each one of these numbers individually, and you can quickly see that the numbers start adding up. And the larger that your average referral per person is, so you can see here 16 direct referrals and 177 indirect referrals. You can just see it's the amount of people that come into your downline, your 5 levels of your referral network, your 5 levels of your referral network. You can see as your network grows, these members in here. So what matters is how many members are in your total network overall, and what the average revenue per user is And that average revenue per user is going to continually climb as the community grows, because we're going to launch new products and services. The products and services that we have are actually going to become more attractive because we're going to continue to add more features to them. We're going to continue to make them more and more valuable as we develop them, so that way, people, there's more incentive for them to buy them based on different audiences. And then obviously we move into marketplace and transactions and all that. So there's going to be a lot more revenue that comes to our platform as we continue to scale it and grow it up and get more users in the platform. So then these numbers will continue to climb. Now, as long as your referral network numbers continue to climb, you're going to be in a good position moving forward. And you want to make sure that these are real people, because they're not going to generate, not going to generate any revenue for you if they're not real accounts. So there was a question about, well, does it make sense to put, fake users in there and build out your downline? No, it doesn't, because there's no revenue that's going to be generated from a fake account. We spent a significant amount of money last year building artificial intelligence technology to detect bots and remove bots and remove accounts that are using bots to help generate traffic and engagement. One of the things that we had some foresight that would be potentially an issue as we scaled, but quickly I was identified as an issue as soon as we launched the rewards platform. So we did spend a good amount of time and effort and money on building artificial intelligence technology to detect bots and remove those accounts. So now it's a pretty automated process. We do remove bot accounts pretty quickly, and we don't want them violating our terms of service and trying to manipulate our rewards program. So, please, if anyone's trying to convince you to do otherwise, do not. Do not use a bot, because it will get you banned from our account. Just do this the good old-fashioned way. Use Webtalk the way that you use other social media platforms. Invite your friends, invite your colleagues, invite your family, connect with them, share family photos, friend photos, things going on in your work life. The same things that you do on other social media. That's what we want the experience to be here, except you have the opportunity to choose which of these lives that you want to bring here, or both of them if you want. You can bring your personal life here, you can bring your professional life here, or you can bring both here and manage it all, and that's the ideal scenario. But our end game is to be able to give the world that utility to be able to connect with trusted professionals. So we are looking for top professionals to make sure that your CVs, your digital resumes are filled out, you're getting references, so we can highlight you and put you at the top of search engines as well. So just remember that it is important, if you're a professional, to make sure that you're really truly showcasing your talent on here, because we as a company are gonna help give you more exposure because of that. All right, so I want to jump back into the close the presentation here and give you a little bit of quick screenshots. So as you can see, these are the products across all devices. And then I am going to jump into the chats now. I'm going to stop the share and hold on. Stop the share, jump into chat and say, all right. So if there's any questions that are in here directly. A bunch of people saying hello, awesome. All right. So anybody else have some questions that are in here that you want to post in the chat? All right. All right, so I'm going to read some of the ones that came in through the beta website. Right here, I was wondering if the founder investing option was still going to be available. Yeah, so that's one of the things we're working on right now. We want to try to do a survey to figure out the new laws of crowdfunding in the United States changed actually last year, and they're much more favorable for businesses to choose that as an option. The Jobs Act, which is encompasses 3 different structures: a Reg CF, Reg crowdfunding, a Reg A, which is state-based crowdfunding rates, and a Reg A plus, which is essentially a public offering. So the Reg CF now allows up to $5 million to be raised from customers, and kind of the test the waters campaign. And then the Reg A Plus, Reg A wouldn't be an option for us, but the Reg A Plus allows us to raise up to $75 million from our customers. So, and those two have to be done within 6 months of each other. So essentially, once a year, we can raise up to $80 million from our users. Instead of raising venture capital and giving it to rich people already, we can take a big chunk out and make that available for our users to be able to buy in for as little as $500. And just putting this in the scheme of things, we have over 1.2 million registered users of the platform, over 12 million total users, people that are consuming public content without joining. And we're going to be advertising. If we did this, we'll be advertising to them. And if, let's say, we used a platform such as Start Engine, well, Start Engine has over 1 million investors already in it. So if we went to a platform like them and said, okay, here we're going to do a crowdfunding campaign, we're going to, sell equity in the company, raise 5 million with a $500 minimum investment. Well, that's a maximum of 10,000 investors that can actually get in. And we've got 1.2 million potential investors in our platform, along with over 1 million potential investors in Start Engine. So we believe that it could sell out very quickly, but we want to make sure that our users, there's enough immediate demand just from our users so we can bring our users in and give them the first opportunity before any third-party crowdfunding platform could bring in their investors. We want to make sure that it's our users buying our equity. So that is an important thing if we did that. And so please go to beta.webtalk.co. Let us know if you have an interest in investing in Webtalk, and if so, how much you'd like to invest. And that way we can use that data for our internal reference on whether or not we plan to move forward with crowdfunding, because that is something that is very close in topic right now. One of the things that we had to do for crowdfunding was get 2 years of audited financials. We did 19 and 20 audited financials. Now we're working on 21. Because that is a new requirement going into the new year. So we're getting all that done, and then all of our financial information actually will be disclosed when we go do a Reg A Plus offering. So you'll have full transparency into the business, much like tonight. We're very transparent anyway. We're an open book. We put our entire product roadmap on products.webtalk.co. So you have full access to see what we've already built, what's planned in the future, what our end goal is from a product standpoint. And then on about.webtalk.co, we talk about our mission and the phases of development. So version 1, version 2, version 3, all those things are already listed on about.webtalk.co. So you can get more information there. And let me see, bring in some other questions. Okay, so there's a question here. A few friends of mine had problems with Payoneer and PayPal. They tried to submit what was required, but in Webtalk, step 3 is still pending. All right, so please contact our support desk. Sometimes the validation from PayPal or Payoneer can take extra time depending on where you're located in the world. So due to banking regulations, we cannot just give people money without some kind of identity verification happening. And we entrust in our partners like PayPal and Payoneer to verify your identity. Now, that money will not be able to go to, we won't be able to transfer money from our rewards platform to PayPal or Payoneer or any payment solution until that verification has been that verification check has been completed. So we need to hear from PayPal or Payoneer that you've completed your verification on those platforms. And once you've completed those verifications on those platforms, they will send us an API token that says they're verified. Go ahead and process the payment, and we'll process the payment. So make sure, it's very, very important that whatever account that you're linking, you verified that account, you verified your identity with that account. And that goes for PayPal, Payoneer, Stripe, or any other future integration that we do, Coinbase, TransferWise, you name it. So we cannot legally pay out rewards to people until they have verified their identification that says that you're a real person or trusting you. We're not funding terrorism or doing anything crazy, not violating banking laws. So like I said, that is very, very important. Please do that. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay. So we don't know yet on when we're going to do the crowdfunding, but it will be announced once we have an answer, obviously, once we make that determination. So, try to bring as many people to the beta.webtalk.co site as you possibly can so we can get that feedback. It is really, really important to us. Now, all new features that are coming, you saw the roadmap on version 1 versus version 2, everything that's in store. If you've got a preference on the order of some of those things, you can actually vote on that on beta.webtalk.co and everything that's coming. And we'd love to hear that feedback. Anything that we do have live now, you can tell us also on beta.webtalk.co what you like, what you don't like, what you think should be improved, that has merit, that can grow. So we'd love to hear your feedback there. Otherwise, there was a few other questions that came about. One of the questions was if you can lower the minimums for the cash outs, for the payouts. So that's something we actually contemplated, and I think it's going to end up being pushed into the Rewards Plus subscription. So if you are a Rewards Plus subscriber, we will lower the minimum payout to $50. So we'll cut that in half if you're a Rewards Plus subscriber. And because that's been a consistent thing, especially from people overseas. So we're going to embed that into the solution. And then there's been some additional requests for access to data, referral data. So we are going to be embedding quite a bit of that into the Rewards Plus subscription. So we've got a lot happening with this Rewards Plus subscription that we're trying to push out here in the next few months. So, that is a big play for us on trying to help bring more training tools and more data tools and more integrations with payment solutions and outside data exporting to our affiliate members. So to help you create more success. The other big thing they're working on right now is the native video integration. So native video has been in private testing for the last couple of weeks, and it's looking good. We just have some optimizations to do for mobile because Rumble is our partner for native video right now, which we haven't actually officially announced it to the press yet, but we will soon. Rumble has been developing some APIs because they are also powering the video solution for Truth Social, the social network for Trump fans. They've been building some new APIs for basically both of our platforms. And they're becoming kind of our third-party off-the-grid video solutions provider. So that way content can't be moderated or censored based on political or religious views, because they don't do that. So we believe in their infrastructure and what they're doing, and that's why we decided to partner with them. We think it's a win-win partnership, and we're hoping that this integration will go well for us. So I think with that, it's been an hour on the mark here. So it's perfect timing. I want to wrap up here at 10 o'clock. If you have more questions for the next Web Talk Wednesday webinar, AMA, please go to beta.webtalk.co, ask your questions there, and we will bring them up and address them for the upcoming webinar in 2 weeks. So again, thank you all for joining us tonight. We definitely appreciate it. And please support us. Log in, go pro, check it out. For, if you upgrade for the year, it's only $100, less than $9 a month to help support us. So it's a big deal. And it also awards you the 5-level bonus and qualifies you in and grandfathers you in for that bonus for life. So these are really big decisions, are really big things you can do that can help us succeed and also help others become aware of the opportunity. So I will post this video here in the coming days and allow it to be shared to your networks and groups, and make sure everybody you know is on the next AMA and have your questions ready. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night, great day everywhere you are in the world. And again, thank you for joining and supporting Webtalk's movement to help the world create more success. Take care.